Well, welcome again. We have Christian Pfeiffer from LIGNA here, beginning off our final day, Saturday, for Mass Timber March Madness. Thanks for joining us. We'll be around for a few hours and we'll complete with a panel on connecting the global mass timber industry. Christian, please begin.
Thank you very much, Greg. I'm very honored that you gave me the opportunity to talk a little bit about LIGNA. I'm Christian Pfeiffer. I'm head of LIGNA at Deutsche Messe. Deutsche Messe is a show organizer doing shows in Hanover, but also all over the world. We host shows and organize shows like Agritechnica, Hannover Messe, LIGNA, Domotex, and it's all about business-to-business shows. And we are specialized on large scale and investment goods. And for LIGNA, we are co-hosting and co-organizing this show with VDMA, the German Association for Plant and Machinery, and here especially in the chapter of woodworking. So what is LIGNA all about? We have a show here that is the pure DNA of demonstration live technology. So every picture you will see today here is recorded at LIGNA. So there are full plants, full machinery running and showing innovation live, and in a very haptic, in a very enthusiastic way for 5 days in Hanover. Technology, innovation, and networking is the key, and all this along the value-added chain. So what does that mean along the value-added chain? We have 10 halls that hold more than 270,000 square feet of exhibition material, running from forestry technology and then going into sawmill technology, wood-based panel production, and of course, solid wood machinery for the furniture industry, of course, tools and machinery for custom and mass production in woodworking, and of course, surface treatment. And at the end of the day, of course, there are many machine components and automation technology that fits into that. So this is quite a large space we cover with this show. We have more than 90,000 people coming to Hanover every second year. 42% in 2019 were international of them. And to give you an interesting fun fact, if you take a span from Hall 17, so the northern east part of the plan, down to the southwest in Hall 13, this is 1 mile. So it's a huge space that covers woodworking, machinery, and everything shown, of course, is demonstrated live and in action. So we start our value-added chain, of course, with harvesting our timber and producing roundwood. So sawn timber and all production steps are shown outside on our open air site. We have customers and machinery manufacturers like John Deere, like Ponce, but also Stenderbogen and Woodmiser out there showing their machinery, demonstrating it live, and giving a great opportunity to experience mobile sawmilling live and in action, large forestry machinery, and the whole process of the first steps of harvesting the wood. So after harvesting the wood, we need a proper sawmill surrounding and all process technology around that. So we have all the market leaders showing their machinery, showing their technology and plant, from log yard to initial rip sawing up to sorting, drying, and of course, generating the energy afterwards coming out of the residuals. So this is what fills up complete hall 25. This is 8,000 square meters net space, so just covered space of exhibition material. And this is pretty much the largest showing of machinery in such a density in the world. So it's this alone is worth the trip from anywhere in the world to Hanover when you are a sawmill technology enthusiast or professional. So companies like Link, EWD, and of course US&R from the Pacific Northwest are present with large scale machinery and great equipment. So the next step after coming out of the sawmill could be solid wood working or the wood-based panel production. And wood-based panel production is the step we show in Hall 26, also roughly around 8,000 square meters. And all machinery plant and additional materials for the production of wood-based panel products are shown here. So wood-like materials and composites are manufactured on those equipment shown here: chipboard, MDF, OSB, CPL, HPL, and of course all veneer products are manufactured on those machineries. So Diefenbach and Siebelkamp are just two of the largest names who are present here. Same is true for Grecon and other companies out of the area. A wood-based panel usually needs a proper surface treatment, and this is what you can find in Hall 17. All market leaders are here, like Barbaran, Scheffler, Böckler, and of course, digitization, integration, automation plays a big role here. So there's many innovation, feelable and seeable in this kind of technology. There were many innovation processes and machinery introduced in the last years. Things like digital printing, for example, especially for the furniture industry, is something that is a game-changing technology in this industry. So people from all over the world come and demonstrate their technology, but also coming to see this kind of technology at LIGNA. And the largest part of LIGNA is actually the one where you have all workshops, all furniture manufacturers being involved and using machinery, from CNC to timber construction, but also CLT production is shown here. From solid wood working to tooling, there's everything. The heart of a woodworking engineer lighten up. So Homag, Biesse, Weinig, SCM, Weinmann and Hundegger are showing their machinery here live and demonstrated. As you can see, we have everything running. You can see that on the exhaust installed up front the machinery. So it's from batch size 1 to mass production. All machinery are shown live in an action. So there's pretty much many workshops or even plans installed for more than 3 weeks ahead of LIGNA to show this to the world of woodworking. So this is what the machinery can do. This is not only panel, it's solid wood, it's also plastic and composites working. So those machinery hold a variety of possibility. And again, the key is that it's demonstrated live. So coming back to our topic, mass timber, we have a couple of companies who demonstrate their machinery here. You can see in the left-hand picture the Hundegger running live in Hall 13, right next to Weinmann. In the other hall, there's SCM, and in Hall 27, there's Minder and Weinig, for example. We also mentioned USNR, so the full cluster is there. You can see everything you need to install a proper industry, with your needs and with your innovations in your marketplace, to see how it can grow and how can you actually upgrade your or increase your option to manufacture those things. The next step is going to be, this is what we already heard, portal robots for manufacturing elements for mass timber houses. And I think this is something that will be the next hot thing during upcoming LIGNA. So what do we do to bring people together, to bring groups of interest together? We highlight focus topics during our show so that we can bundle all the innovation we know up front coming from the industry. So our focus topic for upcoming LIGNA is prefab building processes. So the core question is, what must contemporary building materials be like today? And they should be like wood, actually. So we have everything combined here. We have sustainable material, we have recyclable material, and it requires a minimum of energy for production and processing. So This is the core of our focus topic, prefab building processes. So we have mixed buildings, of course. We have pure buildings coming out of this prefab manufacturing processes. But what is shown is that there's the full cluster at LIGNA, and the volume of machinery going into the world is increasing because there's need for a huge capacity of those kinds of materials. So we are looking forward to a great network in regards to those prefab building processes. We have forum speeches, we have demonstration on the fair stands, and of course up front we have many special ideas, many topics going around the press in regards to this topic. So there's seminars, there's special displays, and of course it's all about the insight of the industry when you come to LIGNA to experience exactly that. So the next focus topic is of course digitalization as a driver of innovation. In the last, I would say, 8 years, we covered this topic now for more than 3 editions, and it's still going ahead, and it is still many fundamental changes we are experiencing from SMEs to industrial enterprises, and they all want to see how can the connection and the use of the clever use of software in combining the processes help you lever the efficiency of your woodworking, and of course how to build based on information and model built on information. So there's of course many seminars and displays in regards to BIM, the building information modeling, timber flow management, and of course augmented and virtual reality applications. So this is what drives the industry now for, I would say 8 years at least. So there's a lot of demand on meeting and explaining how the next steps are going to be. This is what we saw in the last years, that our exhibitors have a lot to explain, have a lot to discuss with the users and the endorsers of this kind of technology, but it's worth it. It's going pretty fast in the right direction, I would say. And our third topic for LIGNA 21 is the green material processing. This is a topic that describes the path from a economy that is based on fossil and mineral raw material consumption towards an economic form that uses biological resources, processes, and systems. And of course, at LIGNA, we are focusing on wood-based materials in this kind of processing. So we're looking forward to completely new technologies that use bioecological elements to build new materials where you can build with for the furniture industry, for example, or for building and housing. So this is something that is a very futuristic topic, I would say. There's nothing like a full machinery park you can actually experience. This is something that is like a think tank situation for the future of green material processing. So this is just the start, and I think this topic will be with us for more than a decade at least, and then we will experience the takeoff of this kind of technology and surrounding. I spoke of forums or seminars. This is something we shoot 2019. So this was our LIGNA forum. This is where people connect. This is where people can speak, and of course, after the forum, discuss. And most importantly, this is connected, right in our exhibition hall, right next to exhibitors, right next to a LIGNA campus, which I will go into details a little later. But the most important thing is meet the expert from the international crafts to the specialist of the industry. The picture on the left-hand side shows not only the traditional craftsmen in Germany with their uniform, but also our wooden Expo canopy. It's a wooden structure built for the Expo 2000 World's Fair, and it's the world's largest freestanding wooden roof, and it covers a space of 16,000 square meters, which equals about 172 square feet. So it's a huge canopy. It stands free, and it's a pure landmark, to be honest. I mentioned the LIGNA campus. The LIGNA campus is a great opportunity for universities, master schools, technical colleges, universities to interchange, to exchange knowledge and discussions about their projects, about their next steps into innovation. And this is a great thing. It's right next to the forum. It's a perfect place to discover what's next in woodworking. And of course, you can connect with the people who will drive the industry in about 5 to 10 years. So everyone is welcome to build up this kind of sustainable and well-educated network, because this is what we believe in. And to round this up, we also are partner of the German Timber Construction Award. This is the most prestigious and recognized timber construction award in Germany. And since 2003, we are supporting it. This is when it started. And the pictures show the winners of 2019. Of course, you can get in contact with the people who constructed and developed this kind of buildings during our ceremony of the prize or the award. As we are a format that, of course, lives off personal discussion and presence in Hanover, we are right now, of course, developing new formats, especially, of course, driven by the pandemic situation we are all facing now. This is why we are here in a digital way. Otherwise, I would have thought to come over to do this in presence. But we are also offering our exhibitors and, of course, our visitors to log online, to go into LIGNA Product Media Library. We offer exhibitor live streamings from the show, from their machinery, to have at least a little bit of the experience of our digital format. There will be business on this platform, so this is something new that we're offering 2019 to have the full circle of contact possibilities for a sustainable network creation.
Christian, excuse me a minute. You dropped off for just a minute there. If you could like rewind yourself about 3 sentences, that'd probably be good for everybody to be able to catch up what we might have missed you saying.
All right. Yeah, of course. I mentioned that we are offering the digital formats. This year, for the first time, we will have product media libraries. We have exhibitor live streaming to cover the DNA of LIGNA, the live presentation. So exhibitors can actually broadcast live from their fair stand into the world, and everyone can experience and, of course, download this on demand. We will have business dating online so that you can, during the show, go into details and into interaction with the exhibitors. And as an exhibitor, you can present yourself with all the details about the innovation, about the technology. And you are very welcome to go online if you're not able to travel towards Germany. And I hope that we can do so very soon. But in the meantime, travel if you can. Be part of our network, and please use the digital options of our show. And I'm very happy to welcome you in Hanover very soon. And if you have any questions, please go ahead, shoot them, put them in your questions and answers. I'm very happy to answer those, but you can also drop me a message on LinkedIn or through our website. We are very happy to get in contact with you to see how we can help, how we can introduce you to the network of LIGNA. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christian. I actually have a question. When are the upcoming events? When will they take place?
They will take place, so far scheduled, end of September running to beginning of October. This is what we are planning right now. So it's running from 27th of October, 27th of September until 1st of October this year. But usually it runs in the middle of May. And this is, when the weather is great, when you can use the outside, very good to use it for, binding your network. I just saw the question asking, does LIGNA work as a job fair too? I guess it does. We are not actually forcing this with special formats, but many exhibitors, especially the larger ones, have small parts of their booths dedicated to informing about their details, being a job supplier or a company to work for. So yes, it does, but you have to go there personally, and it's not a generic format we offer. It's the personal discussion. You need to go into details with the exhibitors.
I do have another question, Christian. You mentioned, I think, 43% of your visitors are international. Could you share, for example, from North America, is that growing? Do you have a big participation from here?
Yes, we do. Of course, depending on, or keeping in mind that it's quite far away, North America to Hanover, or it's quite a distance. I think it's roughly 2% of the international visitors are coming from North America.
I hope that number goes up, of course, and we can help contribute to that. And another question, because you're working with Deutsche Messe and you also organize the Hannover Industrial Trade Fair, which I think is the largest in the world, kind of with the Advanced Manufacturing and Industry 4.0 focus. How quickly is the transition towards digitalization, and do you see parallels at the LIGNA conference when you're seeing what also happens at the Hannover Messe event?
Well, what you can see at Hannover Messe is, of course, a picture that shows Industry 4.0 in very different industries. So LIGNA is dedicated to pretty much one, or let me say two industries. So it's primary and secondary woodworking industry. This is very special because the displays at Hannover Messe catered to more than 200 industries, I would say. So from chemical to food over to automotive, there's many, many industries. So at Hannover Messe, they try to use references that are very visible, easy to adapt to different industries. So this is what we see at Hannover Messe. Because what we do is we take our key accounts going over to Hannover Messe and try to understand what's their core idea of displaying Industry 4.0, because this is a topic that is very hard to display because it's digitalization, and you need to have a great picture or a great reference to use a picture to understand what it's all about. And it's a lot easier in woodworking. Let me put it that way. It's not easy, but it's a clearer approach because you are dedicated to an industry and you can easily understand what's the leverage of digitalization. And it's right in your face what is the what's the outcome of a good networking and a good digitalization or automation. So that's pretty much the difference. And if you ask me if there's any industry much ahead of woodworking, I would say that woodworking is very far ahead already. This is what we experience. And it's not easy to compare woodworking to automotive or something like that. It's a very different approach. But I would say woodworking is already very advanced when it comes to networking and using leverage coming out of digitalization.
Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question, Christian. I've never been able to make it to LIGNA. I've always wanted to go, but I've been warned by people that the grounds are so large and there is so much content, you will struggle to get through all of it. And there's no way, it's too big. And so I've been told you have to plan very well to figure out what you want to go and see. Have you got advice on how to plan a tour through LIGNA if you've only got a few days' time?
Yeah, well, I talked once to a guy from IKEA who said, well, what I would need is an application that shows where people spend the most time except of restaurants, because this is how you can see where's the biggest innovation, where's the hardest innovation of the show, because sometimes that is a place you don't have on the first sight on your schedule. And I think this is exactly what you're meaning with that. You need to find a great solution from a small exhibitor that is maybe not in your face on the first sight. So what I would suggest is to talk to other visitors first, and see and ask people, of course, what is their way around, what did they do, of course, and that because people coming from your industry, coming from your background, might have a clearer picture of that. The second thing is we offer guided tours, special topic guided tours, for example, woodworking transformation, so Industry 4.0 tours. We do this 3 or 4 times during the show, and this gives you a great overview, and people hosting those tours know their way around. They know the hottest innovation about the special topic very clear. And of course you can ask, for example, a journalist, because they are informed upfront. This year, May, for example, we have a press conference, a preview that shows the international press how innovations will move into LIGNA. So the big companies are lifting the drape a little to give a little light on what they are showing as an innovation during LIGNA. So this is something that prepares the visitors as well. And of course, go online, put in our search engine on our website your topics, and I think we have a pretty good algorithm to let you know where you should go. And our app actually gives the option to plan this tour pretty well.
Christian, I have another question. You mentioned that the last 3 LIGNAs were the topic of digitization was quite common. Are you seeing a growth in the number of companies that identify first as technology companies or technology driven entering the market and coming to LIGNA? I mean, I know that's rather ambiguous, but coming from the West Coast here, we're getting more startups funded in construction that are actually coming out of the technology industry. Are you seeing that kind of convergence, or how, from your high-level LIGNA view?
I think it's in Europe, it's different than the US, I guess. That's something. I mean, we discussed this already about having a more mature market when it comes to building processes with wood approaches here in Europe. So we have many startups in this area as well. We try to bundle them on joint booths. But coming from a technical background, there's startups that are already matured companies. They have been in the market for 15, 20 years already, offering software because they started very early. I've got, I would say a handful, up to 2 handful companies in mind that are, matured startups, but they started many years ago, and they are already very heavy in the market. So it's not that we have new companies coming up like green grass during LIGNA.
And the reason I ask also is an earlier presenter was Wolfgang Piaka of Hundiger, and he mentioned the thousands of CNC machines they've sold, and a common customer is a company that's existed for many generations, a family-owned company that's existed for many generations, and then continues to iterate and add automation. But here we don't have that long history of very many companies that are highly automated. So by definition, they kind of have to be relatively new, whether they're a large existing wood company that's adding automation, or it's a purely digital company that wants to bring a new technology into the housing industry.